And now, Talking Boys with the Boys.
And the only thing else I gotta say is, how about this Cowboys?
Cowboys familiar. What's up? This is Talking Boys with the Boys, and we're back again with some of that Cowboys fuego. But first, a little business. Please take a minute to share and subscribe. Leave us a rating and a review wherever you find this pod. 5 stars and a couple of sentences on why you love this pod would be greatly appreciated. And now, the conglomerate, the panel of homies. I'm your host, Adam Y, along with my co-host,
Mark D, also known as Maverick.
Hey, I'm Dreezy, but my friends call me the Tribal Chief.
Hey.
And this is Mario, also known as the Mexican fat bastard.
Fat bastard.
That bastard. All right, yeah. Hey, man, look, no streaker. You see our guy on the screen, man. We have a very special guest, former East Kilbride Pirate, our Scottish homie, Cowboys fan, Paul Stewart, host of UK Cowboys Fans and the World's Team podcast on BTB. What's happening, fellas?
Thank you so much. I'm good, man. Thank you so much for the intro, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely, brother. We're glad to have you on, man. Mario, you got something for us?
All right, guys. Yes. First of all, what are y'all sipping on today?
Oh,
you know, TX.
A little vodka cocktail.
My bad, Mark.
All right, I got crab vanilla. Mark got to go for a jog later. Mark, get your wheatgrass shot ready.
So, a little bit of kale tonight.
We got some birthday saludos going out today to our boy, our creator, Talking Boys with the Boys, our director of marketing, our producer, Adam Y. Getting a little bit older today. Hey, back to the very sweet juice.
This was not a good joke.
Let's get him some birthday.
He looks good for 50, man.
Yes, sir.
What? You're 50?
Nah, man.
No, I'm 50. Shit.
Yeah. Nah, I'm turning 42, man. But I look good though. I look good for 42.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, dude, I look like I'm bloody 55. Yeah, but my body tells me. Ah, man, I'm just nah.
Yeah,
Every
us Mexicans, man, we age well, baby. Us Hispanics.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we disintegrate very quickly.
All right, man. Well, everybody raise them up, man. I appreciate the saludos from Mario.
Paul, this is the Hispanic culture. All right, it's gonna be in Spanish, but let me explain it to you real quick. So we're gonna go para arriba, which means up, para abajo, which means down. Para el, which means in front of you, towards the center, and then para dentro, which means you take your shot. All right?
All right,
let's go, guys. Arriba, abajo, alto, para dentro.
Let's go.
Woo!
Woo!
Hell
yeah. Man, I appreciate it, man. And by the time this drops, everybody's going to be listening. It's going to be my birthday, baby. So show me some love. You know what I'm saying?
I do need to ask, because I think someone asked me what I was drinking there. So I wanted to know how you guys would pronounce this.
Okay. Oh, shit. Akoshan. I don't know.
I don't know.
Auchentoshan. It's a local whiskey distillery. It's just literally like 10 minutes.
See, I couldn't switch the screen or I'd have got it. I swear.
Hey, he is. That's what he does, man. That's definitely what he does.
I was like, hold on.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, Mark, bring us in with some Cowboys news, dog.
What's good, Cowboys Nation? Look good, feel good, pod good. Let's eat, baby. But let's keep this appetizer short. It finally happened. The Cowboys released defensive end Mike Taufu from the practice squad to make room for all 350 pounds of pure dominance, also known as future Hall of Famer left tackle Jason Peters. Peters' imminent signing to Cowboys practice squad won't immediately impact our starting O-line. At least in the short term, it won't. The expected combination opening week versus the Bucs will be left tackle Tyler Smith, Dreezy, left guard Connor McGovern, center Tyler Biotish, right guard Zach Martin, and right tackle Terrence Steele. Our Cowboys plan to establish a gradual ramp-up program for Mr. Peters. It's considered a customary process for any new addition to the O-line, but in this case, the ramping might depend on Tyler's performance in the opening week.
Yep.
Back to you, BB.
All right, man. Well, there y'all hear it, man. 350 pounds of Angus beef is what we call it, or some Wagyu, maybe. I don't know, whatever you want to say. But look, man, the boy got signed, man. So now let's jump into this thing. But before we jump into week one, I got a question for our guy, Paul, over there, man. I have to ask you, Paul, how does a young laddie from Glasgow become a Dallas Cowboys fan?
Emmett Smith, man. That's
Hey,
There it is.
So-
the deuces, yeah.
yeah. So back in the 90s, we used to have American football, NFL show up to late night television, and every Thursday, like it wasn't live. It was always the highlights. Back then, it was like you're just catching up on it, and always back then, the biggest highlight reel was Emmitt Smith. Back then, no one could stop him. The great Wall of Dallas, Stepnoski, Rogan, you name it. So since then, I just kind of fell in love with it, and also the fact that the colours were blue and white represents my Scotland flag, so it made sense.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
And it was the closest uniform, and I don't know if you guys remember this. So there was the NFL Europe back in the 90s. So
The Claymores?
Exactly, the Scottish Claymores. So you had the Barcelona Dragons, you had Rainfire, Frankfurt Galaxy, London Monarchs. Then there was the Scottish Claymores. I think I may have forgot one other team, but screw them. But anyway,
Frankfurt? There's a team in Germany.
yeah, there were two teams. There was the Rainfire and Frankfurt Galaxy, and but Frankfurt's still going about more in a semi-professional league, just in Germany alone now, and that's where you're seeing I don't know if you might remember the wide receiver that got drafted by Minnesota years ago. I think it was like a 6th round draft pick, but he only played football in Germany.
Oh,
and so you're seeing a lot more international players starting to make a scene. For example, Isaac Alarcon only played football in Mexico. So you're seeing players outside of America now starting to make an impact and actually kind of contributing. So it's great. And this is why I was saying to RJ from Blogging the Boys, this is why, especially when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, for more world renown, we are the world's team.
Yeah. Absolutely. I can agree with that. The world's team, baby.
America's team.
But the world's team.
World's team.
Hell yeah.
Well, it's denied a lot our influence, but it's all over the place.
Yep. Man,
We have honestly, you guys have no idea how massive the Cowboys are globally. So Japan, massive Cowboys fan base, Australia, Italy. We've got lots of guys from Italy actually comment on the UK Cowboys show because of the time zone. It's more applicable to them. But yeah, it's Germany. Germany's massive for it as well.
Man, that is awesome, bro. That is fucking
Philip
awesome.
Shoy. Philip's out there.
Philip Shoy.
Yeah.
What up, Philip Shoy? I know he's listening. Man. He rocks with us hard. Yeah, Shoy, ships ahoy. Yeah. All right, man. Well, man, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate you hopping on, like I said, Paul, man. And I'm glad that a Scottish guy like you over there in the UK is a Cowboys fan, man. I'm glad. I'm happy. But man, let's jump into week one. What I want to do is get into matchups, man. We're here. It's week one, baby. Let's get 3 key matchups that you're looking forward to seeing.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I am looking forward of seeing Neville Gallimore tearing up that backup center.
Oh yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yep.
Definitely.
Yep. I mean, dude, there's a lot of hype behind Vita Vea and them guys in the middle over there, which there should be. You know what I'm saying? The guy is a beast over there. But I think Neville Gallimore is going to be that dude, man. That dude's putting some size, man.
This is his last contract year with the Cowboys in his rookie deal. So he's played for this contract.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's had a great camp. mean, I don't know what else you can ask for him. Like, he's been looking really solid. He's had a great off season. He's looking strong, good programming, strength and conditioning, you name it. And he'll have a chip on his shoulder because he missed the majority of that season out due to the arm injury during that preseason game last year. So he has got a lot to kind of like prove. Well, I wouldn't say prove, but he wants to kind of show his worth out there. And I'll tell you who my sleeper player would be as well, is Tristan Hill. Believe it or not, like, I like that. Everyone's counting them out. I counted them out, but even though he's not getting as much. I see what you did there.
You like that, right? Yeah.
Like with Tristan Hill, it's like you can argue, it's like, has he really been a wasted second round pick? You could debate that. Like, but for the time, but when you do actually see him on the field, especially last season before he got injured and that, he actually looked pretty good. And again, he's actually been looking good in camp. He's been putting offensive linemen on the back foot, going behind the line of scrimmage. So it's looking pretty interesting to see. But I'm really just interested to see how Dan Quinn's going to utilize that interior part of that D line against this Tampa Bay offensive line.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I was going to say, I'm actually interested in seeing not really a matchup with this guy, just how this guy performs in general. Their left tackle, Donovan Smith. I mean, this guy, he just signed an extension in 2021, I believe. They just gave him an extension. So this is probably the most solid point of this offensive line.
Yeah.
So they're going to try to do a few things on his end. They're going to try to dispute that. I mean, they're going to try to dispute that mismatch or whatever we're going to have there. I think Micah might be coming off the edge. Depending on what Dan Quinn wants to do with his defense, I want to see what Donovan Smith's going to do at the edge. I mean, they have Robert Hainsey in the middle. I think that's who their center is.
Yeah, that's their center. Yep. Hainsey.
Hainsey.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their depth chart right now, and it's Donovan Smith is your starter, then it's Luke Godek.
Robert
Hainsley, Shaq Mason, Christian Wirfs, but Wirfs and Hainsley are questionable. Ryan Jensen, who's normally would be your starter, he's on injured reserve.
He's on injured reserve.
Yep. Then all the other backups questionable. Like we thought our offensive line struggles were bad. This is like this is a God's gift for this game.
This is what we were talking about,
Paul. We were talking about this.
Absolutely, man.
The other day, and I was like, look, everybody's focusing on the deficits on offensive line. Their offensive line is in shambles. I mean, Donovan Smith is the starter, but he wasn't the starter to 2020, and he got it because of COVID.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Facts.
From what I read.
Not to mention, they've lost some key players like Alex Kappa. Yes. He's now, I don't know where he went, but
he retired. I thought Kappa retired.
No, there was the other guy retired. What's his name?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Somebody else, because I definitely wanted Kappa in the offseason, man.
Yeah, Kappa was the guy from Humboldt University, and he was the mauler in Divisional 2.
Yep. But like you said, man, there's plenty of guys that are questionable. Like you said, Hainsley, which has an ankle, or he has an ankle sprain, so he might be a game time decision. And of course, Tristan Wirfs, high ankle sprain, man. So that's definitely a possibility that they might. I don't know what Tom Brady's thinking over there, man. And I know a lot of guys, like my guy Dreezy here. You know what I'm saying? He thinks, Tom is the king of all kings in football, man.
We'll get to the Brady defense in a minute.
Dude. You've seen it in the Super Bowl with the boy Mahomes. He had no O-line, man. No O-line to help him out. I mean, Rodgers, for what all he's done in this goddamn in the NFL, man. I mean, he has no he had no O-line when Bakhtiari went out, and I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but guys like Bakhtiari, yeah. I mean, shit happens, man. You need a line, man. So when it comes to key matchups, it's definitely going to be, like I said, I got to backdoor you, Paul. It's definitely going to be that middle of that in the trenches right there, and I think we got them, and we also got them on the edges as well.
And not just that, like we need to remember as well, Brady's always beaten us. We cannot let Tom Brady retire knowing that he's beat us every single time. We need to give him that. We need to give him that L, so he can actually retire and go home. So.
We gotta slay the mythical creature Loch Ness. You see what I get there?
I'll give you two things, man. I'll give you two things with Brady. So the myth or the report right now is he called Ryan Jensen before he came back, right? I mean, that's the story right now, right? To make sure it was like midnight. He wanted to make sure his center was there. And he's like, all right, we're going to get going. You know, before he had the whole deal with Miami, we won't talk about. Now, with that, I'm starting to look at, okay, so that's a pretty big deficit in my sense. You know, when I look at Brady and what I'm looking at from that side, but then I go to the other side and I look at him an open week and he's 15-4, man. Yep. So that doesn't, I'm pretty sure he didn't have the same center through the whole span of that. I'm giving your boy some praise, Dreezy. So at 15-4, when you give Tom this much time to prep, I don't know if that many deficits really matter to his offensive line at this point in time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you can always use the example like Joe Burrow did with his offensive line. Like he managed to get them to the Super Bowl with scraps with their O-line. So there's that. You know, so
well, I will say this:
Paul, that's 10% of the positive I'm giving you. The other 90 is Mike is about to be in his ass for like 6 sacks. I'm fucking sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah. Some other deficits I'm also looking at as well is Godwin's questionable. Russell Gage is questionable. That's number 2 and number 3. That's number 2 and number 3 on their depth chart. So the only healthy guy that they have, or the only 2 healthy guys they have, is Chris Godwin and Scotty Miller. And then they got Brait. And from what I hear, he's been on the phone late night. Gronk, I need you back, baby. Gronk, I need you back. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that goes, man. But even if he comes back, we got a guy named the Pterodactyl who will shut that shit.
That's
down.
what I was just about to say.
You know what I'm saying?
So I was about to say with it, because I tweeted this the other day, and it's another one of those things that have been floating around. In the past 5 years, the quarterback who has the most touchdown throws, you know, to the tight end position is Tom Brady.
Yep.
You know, so there's an aspect of this that's going to be taken out, because I'm sorry, I don't think Cameron Brate is going to beat Kearse down the field, or, you know, try to beat him down the sideline and get successful with that. So I think that's going to be something that's taken away from Brady. You look at the sieve of the offensive line they have. What they're hoping to do is do some quick hit plays so that they don't have to hold for that long with the pressure of this defense. But man, I'd love to see what Bucs talk is over there, and they're over there, you know, pissing their pants. DQ is about to bring some shit. Man, they're about to bring some shit. DQ is just waiting for this, because everybody thinks, oh, they're going to line up on the outside, out wide against Brady. No, I think they're going to bring a lot of stunts. I think they're going to bring a lot of delayed blitzes. I think they're going to bring Micah in different ways that he understands how to come now, and that he didn't last year even. You know, and this is going to get scary for Tommy if he doesn't watch out. I think we're going to see a lot of these drop back and him not get hit, but fold real quick and then fall to the ground and get up and start yelling at somebody. We're going to see a bunch of that.
I'll keep this short, because besides the trenches, which is their front seven, which is very good, versus what I believe is our weakness, our O-line, vice versa, our defensive line, our pass rush, which I think is our strength, versus their O-line. So besides that, which we've already talked about, I want to see Trayvon match up against Evans. That's going to be a hell of a matchup. Trayvon Diggs on Mike Evans all night, and that's what I want. That's what I want to see. I want to see Trayvon follow Evans, because I don't want to see Brown on him. Although Brown is improved, I want Trayvon to stick on Evans all night. I want to see that matchup.
Yeah.
Well, you see, what they'll be hoping to do from the offensive end is to get a switch up on AB, because Trayvon
he's not going to travel. He's not going to follow Evans across the field, man. You know what I mean? He might.
Well, you know, it's going to be interesting on what DQ does with Trayvon, because a lot of people think that he's solidified in what he's done with Trayvon. He's still growing and evolving the way he's using Trayvon with his defense. You know, he did let him travel last year sometimes, but a lot of people, they don't think of Evans as a type of stretch the field type of receiver. But I mean, he averages 14 yards per catch in his career, man. Yeah, you know, I mean, he's lethal, man. I definitely think Trayvon will be on him. On that same
Okay.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say on that same end real quick, Paul, let me ask you this. Last Thanksgiving last year, we saw Hunter Renfrow put it on our guy, Anthony Brown. Could we see the same impact from Scotty Miller from the slot man? Or from, you know, moving around? Or Gage. Well, Gage is questionable as well, so we'll see if he's going to play.
We haven't talked about Julio Jones.
Yep.
Oh shit!
I purposely haven't.
I'm me too, man. I say about a quarter and a half. He's on the sideline riding that bike a little bit, trying to warm up that.
Let's speak on Julio though, because on Twitter I've seen anywhere from he's going to be a career to don't even draft him in fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Which like it's a two opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah,
I will say
Is it gonna
this:
be in
that
the
around
middle?
the same time in his career, when people thought Randy Moss was done, I mean, Tommy resurrected his career for
Oh,
Randy.
Lord.
But at the same time, he had an offensive line that allowed him the time to get Randy down the field. Okay, this offensive line isn't
That's
going to give Tommy time to sit back there and just pick and choose where Julio's going to go. If Julio's going to do any damage, it's going to be have to be after the catch.
Yeah.
And we got something for that
Quick
ass
slants.
after the catch.
Yeah.
Quick
I
slants,
want
things
Julio
like that.
to catch something. I want him to catch something coming across the middle and have Micah waiting for his ass.
Could we go ahead, Paul?
I was going to say you're more likely to expect going to be screen passes or street
Slants.
Yeah,
Slants,
thank
quick
you.
hit,
Yeah,
Yes.
quick hits, yeah.
Yeah.
Could you
That's
see
pretty much? Sorry, on you go. Sorry.
now I was gonna say, could we see a scenario where Jaron Curse is covering Julio Jones?
I think with this defense and how many DBs he utilizes, to be honest with you, I couldn't even answer any questions about this defense just until I see.
Man.
You really can't. You know the personnel. You know where everybody is supposed to be from an alignment standpoint. But I can guarantee you right now, you look at those 4 down linemen, they're not going to be down. First off, all right, they're going to be standing in a track stance. You're going to have Micah at the line of scrimmage. He's going to drop back like he's going into coverage and then blitz straight through the A gap. You know what I mean? This is going to be a different type of game. And I really think Dan Quinn is salivating at what he can do with the holes in that offensive line and the lack of. The thing about it is the lack of experience with that offensive line. The same reasons we've been shitting our pants, Cowboys Nation.
Yep.
All right, is the same thing that you should look at the other side. They had an open competition at left tackle. Open competition at right tackle, open competition at center, open competition at left guard. Shit. I mean, come on, guys. You know, they could probably play pretty solidly together, but with what I have faith in Dan Quinn, I really, really think that we're about to come out here and see Tom get his fucking ass kicked.
Yep. Absolutely.
Which would be great. That would be great. You know, and as far as my matchups, like Lucy said earlier, you know, the matchups in the trenches, of course, that's always important. But for me, my main top matchup is going to be Dak versus Raheem Morris and Levante David and Devin White. Okay. So our offense has transitioned. Our entire team has transitioned. We are a defensive team now. I don't care what anybody says. It's dictated by the draft. It's dictated by free agency. It's dictated by what we've seen on the field here in the offseason and through preseason.
Well, I wouldn't call us a defensive team when our highest played player is Dak. I mean, I wouldn't call us a defensive team.
But that's a quarterback.
That's a lot of quarterbacks, though. That's a lot of quarterbacks.
But right now, I mean, look, I know it's off on a tangent, but I really don't see that. I mean, last year we were hoping for this to be middle of the pack, and now the defense is the heart of the team. I really don't see that, guys. I just think we forgot about how good this offense is. I really do, man.
Well, this offense can be very good, and that's what I'm getting at. Is that coming?
I still think it could be better than the defense. You know that?
Dak has to be the best player on the field, and he has to make his reads. He has to be decisive in where he's throwing the ball versus this team, because those 2 linebackers that they got in Tampa, which is Devin White and Levante David, they're used very similarly to the way that Dan Quinn uses Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Right. They blitz the quarterback a lot, but they can also drop back in coverage and run with your tight end down the field. You know, cover your running back out of the backfield.
Absolutely.
So for me, the way that this offense has transitioned into, we have a rookie left tackle, we have a left guard that we have questions about in Connor McGovern. That's what we're coming out with in week 1, despite the signing of Jason Peters, right? He's got his ramp up period. So I expect this offense to come out and with a lot of quick hitches, a lot of quick out routes, slant routes, because we don't know how the interior of this offense is going to hold up against their defense with Devin White, Levante David, and Vita Vea up there in the middle. So Dak is going to have to be sharp. He's going to have to be sharp with his offense, and that's the top matchup to me. Making the reads before the play, you know, the pre-snap reads, audibles to different play based on the defense that Tampa Bay is showing. So Dak's going to have to be on his game, and I fully expect him to be. I got faith in Dak for that.
Oh, yeah. He's what is he, top 3 or number 1 actually against the blitz?
Don't they have Shaq Barrett over there? Does Shaq Barrett still play?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Shaq Barrett.
Isn't that the starting line? I think that's their starting line.
Winfield,
White, David, and
Devin White.
Devin White. All right, well, that's a great transition, fellas. Let me transition this, Mark, real quick. I want to ask Paul and you guys a question real quick. Bowles and Quinn love to rush and send unprecedented pressure, as we all know. What defense gets to the quarterback first and who?
Cowboys. I'll say us. We get to the quarterback first. I'm not really as worried about Levante David's blitzing. I mean, he averages maybe 4 sacks a season, 3 to 4. What I'm worried about is his open field tackling. I mean, the boy has 12 sacks on his career.
The boy side to side is really good.
I'm gonna pull the Uno card. I'm gonna pull the Uno reverse card in this question. It's like I think it's gonna be whoever flips the coin.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
whoever defense is on first is going to be in the first series, and there's going to be a sack in it because it's the first game of the season. You know what to expect.
See, but with them, I'm not as worried about
one.
their edges, though. I was looking up their edges. I was
It's
just,
more, I'm more in worry like Via in the interior up against Conor McGovern. That's my biggest worry.
Yeah.
Like if Via's getting in that backfield, be sure he's gonna.
So what you're saying is we need to start Jason Peters at left guard and Tyler Smith at left tackle.
Let's go.
That's what you're saying, right?
Let's go.
That's what you're saying because that's what I was thinking.
Not.
Why not get I will say this. Why not get Aracon in there? Because the guy is a big brute force.
Hey.
I know he's got his international
Yes,
contract.
sir. That's
It's
right.
his final year. Have kept him in the practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why we've put this much investment in him to keep him along. Why not give him the chance? I'm sure. Like the problem is with Conor McGovern, right? We don't even know what his best position is because he keeps getting moved about like an actual chess puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
It's still, and he's been with the team for like four seasons now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do know his best position, Paul, but we don't. But he hasn't a Hall of Famer sitting there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we can't mess with that. You know what I mean? Unless we want to move him around a little bit.
And I totally agree with Zach Martin. Do not play me right tackle. Do not play me center. Do not play.
Yeah.
I am a right guard, and I'm a right guard only.
Yeah.
That I would be the exact same.
Yeah. One phrase I used to fucking hate, dude, from the Cowboys was position flex. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about position flex.
Mm-hmm.
You give me the guy who can play this goddamn position at a high fucking level, and you let him sit there, whether it's the first team or the second team or the third team. I just hate position flex. I mean, I think personally, shout out to Tyrone Crawford, right? The Canadian guy, man. I mean, he never really got set anywhere on this team when he had the skill to play something. He was a utility player. Yeah, man. He slimmed down, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, well, you know what? You're not going to play edge. We're going to kick you back in." And I know that's another regime.
Then he built up again.
Yeah, but the Cowboys front office tends to do this, and coaches they tend to throw around the word position flex. And another thing I heard, I hate, Paul, is swing tackle. Man, give me a left tackle and give me a right tackle that can back up these guys, and let's go.
I agree. Like you mentioned like Tyrone Crawford. That's exactly what's happening with Chancey Golston right now. He's been that edge now, moving into a free tech position. So it's like he's now becoming that. Well, not becoming a second coming, but it's like they're kind of like getting him tailored fit for that to be that flexible player. But in terms of the O-line, I'd rather have an offensive line that can give me 100% at that one position rather than 20% in any other position.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I'm seeing it. 100% versus 20%.
Yeah,
there's only as 5 positions.
You know, so
I mean, is anybody scared of Fournette, by the way?
Sorry, what was that?
Not really.
Anybody scared of Leonard Fournette? Anybody?
I'm not.
Not scared, but he's solid. He's solid. He's not a scrub.
Because we have trouble stopping the run. We're all talking about Tom Brady, but we didn't exactly have trouble with the pass last year.
Yeah,
absolutely. My main concern, if he goes out to the weak side of the edge, that's probably the away from Parsons, pretty much. Mm-hmm. That's my biggest concern.
Because I have a feeling about them and what they're going to do initially. I mean,
they're trying to run downhill with that guy.
They're going to run downhill first. You know what I mean?
But down. I will say this, Mark D. The bar baby, dog. Let's see what Anthony Barr's made of, man. Let's see.
I got you.
Let's see some of these. Hey, we'll see Hooker come downhill as well, man.
We're going to see is Bohanna play a lot this game. Is that what we're going to see?
Ooh. You talking
don't forget, we are going to have Gallimore in there. Osa, Bar.
Yep. Yeah.
Cox.
Cox.
Man, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if I want to throw a center around and take up a bunch of blocks, I better see Quentin's ass out there. I want to see something, man.
Big Bo, baby. Yeah, man.
That was another reason, last year we weren't that great in fun because probably our best run edge defender, DeMarcus Lawrence, was out for 10 games. So he's back. He's healthy, chip on his shoulder, So going back,
was he injured this game last year? He was injured this game, right?
No, he got injured in this game. He got injured.
He got injured this game.
Yeah, him and Neville Gallimore with that hyperextended elbow.
And he was out. So he got the chance to come get, man. So going back to the original question, who's going to get a first step? I got to back up my boy Mark, and I got to say it's Dallas, right? So for all the grief, the Cowboys' offensive line, the Tampa Bay offensive line is worse. Look at all these open competitions they got, 3-4 spots on the line, plus their solidified right tackle, Tristan Wirfs. He's got an ankle issue. So, Dan Quinn is salivating coming into this game because this is Tom Brady. Tom's iconic.
Tom's clock got if he's gonna do anything, Mario, his clock's got to be super fast. I'm talking about one step drop and let it go because these guys are coming. He
has a fast cock. I think you said
that pocket's going to collapse quickly.
But y'all know as well as I do, Tom Brady has seen literally every blitz there is known to man. He's seen every fucking defensive lineup, every blitz, every trick you could do. Right? Yep. So, I mean, we can get to him for sure. Yeah. But I don't think he's going to get rattled. But, I mean, we can definitely get to him. But like Paul said,
I didn't say he was going to get rattled, but I do believe he will be on his ass a lot more than he's ever been playing against the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's possible.
Yeah. Well, then if that's happening, if he's on his ass more than he's ever been, then he's going to get rattled, dog, because that's the history of Tom Brady. I mean, he gets put in his ass and the motherfucker starts seeing ghosts. That's the way. That's the book on defending him. If you can get to him, he has a problem. And I'm sorry, I saw he's seen every single team, but he hasn't seen this dude.
Hey, let's go.
Is that a Cole Beasley jersey?
That's a Cole Beasley jersey.
No, I'm vaccinated. I'm vaccinated.
I've actually got Beasley's signed jersey behind me. God.
I'm sorry.
I like the Randy White though.
Yeah.
That one's Starbuck and Randy White. So
Randy White. Fire, fuego, as we say, baby. Hell yeah!
All right, man. Funny. It's funny how nobody cares about that 54 getting thrown around everywhere.
Right? Don't even get me started on that 54, dog. Don't even get me started. Yeah. All right. Well, let's transition, man. Assuming an interception gets thrown, who throws the first pick of the game? Dak or Tom?
Tom. I'm being biased, but Tom.
I'm with you, dude. I'm being biased too, but Tom as well.
Here, I'll change it. Real quick. I'll change it. Dak after 3 touchdowns in the 4th.
No, Cooper Rush.
Right? We hope it's Tom, right? So my perspective on this is I don't know if there's going to be an interception in this game.
That's a good point.
Both of these guys have proven to take care of the football. If you look at their careers, respectively, Prescott and Tom Brady are 1.7 and 1.8% interception percentage. So these guys, they really take care of the football. And
say that one more time, Mario, because there sure is a lot of fans out there and a lot of haters out there that hate on Dak, man. And now you're saying
stat of the day, stat of the
day, baby.
Stat of the day.
Dak Prescott has a 1.7% interception. Okay.
Yep.
One of the best that has ever been. If you're going to compare him to the top quarterback that everybody says, Tom Brady is the best quarterback to ever play in the NFL. Tom Brady has a 1.8 and Dak Prescott has a 1.7.
Hey,
stat of the day.
For an interception to happen, it's going to have to come down to what it came down to last year. And that first interception thrown in the game was a pass off hands into Trayvon
maybe a tip ball
arms, right? So I
Which is
think that's
very
what
possible,
it's gonna.
especially with our young receiving core, man. I'm not gonna sit here and lie about it as well, dog. I'm not saying Dak's gonna overthrow or even or it's gonna be Dak's fault, but if there is one and it's Dak Prescott, it's because it hit a receiver's hand. These young receivers, and I mean, this Sunday night football, baby. You know, Tober's got to show and prove. You know what I mean? Guys like Dennis Houston, if he comes in, even guys like my boy Turpin, man.
Sammy,
you know
Noah.
I believe Noah's got good hands, though. Noah's got good hands. He might not have the best route running ability, Dreezy. It's show and proof, baby. The dude got hands, dog. He's got hands.
I think we're missing the one other key important. We're not talking about Schultz or Jake Ferguson right here.
Thank you.
I was just waiting on it. I was waiting on that 12 personnel talk.
Yep.
I mean, you know, if we're
we
talking
want it
about
bad over here, 12 personnel.
If we're talking about the run game, we're discussing short passes, we're discussing, you know, trying to beat the rush. Well, then naturally that 12 personnel comes up with this. Mm-hmm. And man, I don't think that they're going to be ready for doing a few things with Ferguson. I mean, Schultz, we all know what Schultz does. We all know who Schultz is, but I really don't think that people might be ready for what Ferguson's going to do.
Man, exactly. Shout out to my boy LP Cruz real quick, because he had a name that I saw earlier, man, and I was just like touche. That's all I had to say. He called him ASAP Fergie, son. If you know who ASAP Fergie is, he's a rapper, man, from the ASAP Mob, man. But ASAP Ferguson, man, I like it. Let's go. Shout out LP Cruz, man. All right. But nah, man, like Mark was saying, man, that 12 personnel, I think I think if we head into this,
you can run out of it.
You can run out of it.
I mean,
yes,
Dalton can run the seam. I mean, we have tight ends who can take the top off the defense, even at certain times. I mean, it's not their specialty, but I mean, you line a linebacker up with Dalton, he gets hip to hip. That's
absolutely.
And Ferguson's faster.
And the thing is, like I said, Schultz, like, even though you can talk about his contract, whether or not, but for this year alone, he's going to be Dak's safety blanket for sure. Like
I said, they should have paid him, Paul, because what he's going to garner in the offseason after the production he's going to get, they should have just fucking paid him, man. Because 13 looks better than 15. Hey, Dreezy, that rookie's not going to be pretty bad, huh?
Wait and see. I've seen other rookies out there. I still like Likely, so call me crazy. We could have Likely.
Yeah,
he's looking pretty good in Baltimore. I'll just say that.
All right. Hey, well, let's transition real quick, man. I want to have fun real quick, man. Name a player you think gets the first touchdown of the game. Paul.
What?
I'm going to go Turpin on special teams.
What?
Ooh.
Let's go, baby.
I'm going to tell you right now, Ronald, I mean, Jerry would love that because, I mean, dude, that would be number nine's flying.
I'm always about the bold statements, guys. I'm always about making bold ones.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Man, that's
bold.
That special team's gonna be something. It's gonna be something special, you know, with these Cowboys, man. You have Fossil out there. Fossil is looking like a kid with a brand new toy out there with Turpin.
Man, let's go, dude.
I mean,
although we're still not too happy about our kicker situation, but in terms of kickoff,
I am, Paul. I'm still going to hold to this. I like not kicking field goals. Fourth down, let's go for it every time.
That I agree with.
Let's bring a whole new.
Hey, yeah, fucking field goal, 2-point conversions, baby.
Fucking field goal, man. Fucking field goal. What is it, 30? Fuck that. Go for it.
Hey, a little shuffle pass to TP right there for 2. Let's go.
If worst comes to worst, we can always bring back Jeff Heath to kick it. There we go.
There you go.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, boys.
I mean, we just talked about Schultz, right? So, and we talked about how this offense is going to have to be coming out, you know, quick throws, screens, slants, quick out routes. We don't want that going into the old 90s North Turner 7th step drop, right? With the questions that we have right now on the offensive line, right? With a rookie coming in and McGovern and Biotis and all that stuff. So I think the Cowboys are going to get back to a lot of quick throws and maybe using the run game for play action. So my first touchdown of the season is going to go to my guy, Dalton Schultz, who has me blocked on Twitter. I think the Cowboys get into the red zone, and they go into play action offense, and they hit Dalton Schultz up the seam or in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, I can see that, but I got to go to Disneyland for my first touchdown, baby. I got to go to Disneyland. I got to, man, because I think all off season, all preseason, all camp, CD has been seen. Everybody, hey, mijo. Come on, buddy.
Hey,
MJ,
Hey.
he gonna bust in the line just like that, man.
MJ.
After yards after the catch, dog.
Hold on, man. Let me
Hell yeah. Nah, man, but hey, I'm with you, man. Go ahead, Dreezy.
Now I was going to say real quick, what's going to be a recurring theme this season, so y'all get used to it, is me referencing my fantasy team. And I showed Mario, I drafted last night. I didn't mean to. I got Dak, CD, and Schultz.
Hey.
So I'll take a touchdown to either of those guys, and I'm happy. So
It might not come as a surprise as well. Who says it's going to be offense that's going to score the first touchdown?
Hey, what are we assuming here, Paul? Are we assuming that boy Trayvon Diggs? Huh? Continues?
Could be Anthony Brown, could be Micah Parsons, absolutely going absolute bananas, who knows?
Yep.
Man, anything's possible, especially with our defense right now, but this is the thing, like if you were to put a betting favorite, I think the betting favorite would be Dalton Schultz, especially if you're in the red zone. He seems to be that go-to guy. So, but if you've got Ferguson in there, don't be surprised if he may be that guy as well. But if we're maybe like in the 30-yard, 40-yard line,
so we got two for Dalton. Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying Dalton's probably the betting favorite to get it.
Yeah,
I would say
Schultzy boy.
Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't. For me, man, I think for some reason, and I know I said this earlier, man, that he might have a case of the drops, or I alluded to it earlier. But I do think, man, if we get in the red zone for some reason, I have a feeling that Tolbert is going to be just wide open. There's going to be they're going to be covering Schultz boy. They're going to be covering 88 man, CD Lamb dog, and I think Tolbert could easily just be sitting right there, man. A guy they're not expecting.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. But just to continue on what I was saying earlier, I think CD is just chomping at the bit, man. We saw it last year. We saw where he wanted that game-winning touchdown. You know, and Amari was like, bitch, this is mine. So I think we see that dog attitude because everybody's been saying, hey, can CD do this? Can CD do that? I think, honestly, you know what I worry about with CD? I worry about him trying too hard and getting fucking injured.
That's probably his problem. Is he's trying too hard. Like it goes back to the whole Bill Belichick saying, it's like just do your job.
Seriously, it'll come to him.
Like just stick to what you're supposed to be doing. Don't try and double up your efforts. Like because it's going to make you prone to more mistakes. And that seems to be the same scenario.
You're describing his drops, Paul. His drops are exactly that, man. We've never really analyzed what his drops are, but it's not like this dude isn't seeing the ball into his hands. It's not like he doesn't have great.
He's trying to go uphill. He knows the ball's there. He's just trying to turn his head and go uphill. And the next thing you know, that's why when it drops, he throws his head back. Like, damn, because you're trying too damn hard. You knew that you saw a crease when you can catch it, plant that foot, and go. You know.
But I'm gonna tell you, I hate to be the fucking corner across from him this weekend.
Yeah, I will say this. I think all CD needs to do is just have fun. Do what he did in college. Have fun and ball out. Right, and it'll just come all natural for him. If he starts thinking about, I need to do this, I need to catch the ball, then that's what's going to give you that false narrative and make you make those mistakes.
He reminds me of, you know, when Dez was real tight in his rookie year and he was trying too hard, man. That's still what he kind of reminds me of at certain times because it doesn't seem like he's freed himself up. I mean, Dez had that one, remember, it went from the back of the end zone, that 1 foot that he had against the Giants. Remember that catch that he could have had where we're just waiting for Dez to arrive? Yeah. Right? And then later in his career, we wouldn't have ever said that was going to happen again. You know, so I'm just waiting to see CD have that moment. And I think it just might be this game.
Absolutely. Paul brought up a guy that we all look that are looking forward to watching as the season starts, man. A guy that took everybody's eye and it just, I mean, he's going crazy, man. We're riding the Turpin train, right? Does this Turpin train show up on the tracks and does he return either a kickoff or a punt? You know, return for a touchdown. Are we going to see it? Are we going to see it? I know Paul said it could happen, but are we going to see it? That's a question I have.
I know something you're going to see as a guarantee. You're going to see the ball up the field in special
position, flipping field position.
I can tell you right now, this dude's going to open some things up for the offense.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's not so much on Turpin as well as the guys are going to be helping making those blocks. Fossil has got those guys blocking to an absolute T right now. And this is what I'm more excited about. Like, we're talking about getting flags for blocking on the offensive line. Our blocking is much better on special teams than our offensive line right now.
Do you remember special teams last year at this time of year? Remember special teams last year at this time of year? We were just like hoping for them to make it, to get them down before the 40. You know what I mean? Half the goddamn time. Dude, and when you look at Turpin, he's like a point guard in the open court, and he's orchestrating things. And when you talk about those blocks, man,
Turpin is literally going to be what we hoped that Ryan Switzer was going to be when we drafted him. That's what I'm saying. Because we drafted Switzer. We drafted Switzer to be that guy, be that kick returner, punt returner, and he did have a little bit of success, but Turpin, no, man, he's got that extra kick about him. He really does.
I swear to God, Ryan Switzer, Hunter Renfro, Scotty Miller, they're all the same dude to me. I swear to fucking God.
Yeah, absolutely. But I tell you what Turpin does for this team, man. He absolutely helps out a guy like CeeDee Lamb and a guy like Tony Pollard. You know what I'm saying? Because he takes those responsibilities away from these guys, man. These guys don't have to worry about that anymore. They can sit there and they don't have to worry about running out in the field. And for the longest, we also heard too, when it was CD and it was a Noah, that they were like, well, they didn't know who to run out there in between punts. Like, shit, should I go? Should you go?
Yeah. It would be just a moment where they would like make a decision based on who was closer to the ball sometimes.
Yeah. Right? So I think this helps out tremendously to two of your offensive weapons, man. They get to sit back, they get to be ready for what needs to be done, man, and they don't have to worry about is Mr. Fossil over there, Mr. Bones Fossil over there, gonna say, hey man, I need you to go in there. You know what I mean? Because you have this guy, you have this ace in our pocket now. We have this ace in our pocket now, you know?
I find another thing that a lot of people are like, is obviously we saw that Turpin was getting reps with the first team and that as well, playing on this, like on the slot, doing slant routes and stuff like that. A lot of people tend to forget that as well. That's going to help Dak with his decision making to say, okay, I've now got the quick throw option because we know that this defensive line is going to come at our O line. So rather than having to kind of wait for separation from the wideouts, you've now got a guy. Well, you've got Schultz there, like going upfield through the middle, but you've also made actually have like a Turpin, a quick, speedy little guy going through the middle on the slant route. That could be scary as well.
Man, that's what I was saying at one point. I was going to, Kellen, he knows how to utilize wide receiver matchups. We can say what we want about other things, but he knows the passing game. And once everything starts flying, once bullets start going different directions, if you happen to get Turpin lined up on a safety, or something like that,
or a linebacker,
in the slot.
Yeah, and he came out today too.
Me, I mean,
go ahead, Mario.
This might be a boring take, but I don't think Turpin's going to have any effect at all in the special teams, and that's because he's going to get the Hess treatment. Exactly.
They're not going to kick to him.
Well, I got you. Season, I mean, if you're the Bucs, are you going to kick to him? Why would you do that?
Then honestly, Mario, he has big effect because they could get that bitch at the 40 by screwing up. Man.
Okay. So
you know what I
mean? The only way he has any effect is with the directional punt game, right? And instead of just booming it downfield and giving him a chance to return it, they're going to directional kick to the left or the right sideline and make him fair catch it. A lot of hang time to let the punt team get down there. And not give a chance for a return, right? But if he can have any effect on this game, it's going to have to be through the off. It's going to have to be through a jet sweep. It's going to have to be through a quick screen, a quick slant when he's man coverage against a backer or a safety. That's the only way Turpin's going to have an effect on this team, because in special teams, the Bucs, they're not going to risk giving the Cowboys any type of ball in the third phase of the game, which is special teams.
I feel like that's easy to say, but teams used to say that about Devin Hester. We're not going to kick to him, and then he just gets one. Like you can't. It's very easy to say you can't kick away from a dude all game. You just can't. He's
and not just that. One. The other thing behind it, and the other thing that it's going to do for the rest of the season, not just now. We're already taking it for granted. Okay. The thing about it is, what these guys have to do now that nobody ever had to do with the Cowboys is prep for a special teams player that can burn you alive. They got to prep for that. They got to devote practice time to it. They got to worry about this dude. They got to make sure they get the directional kick right. They got to make sure all these things. And these motherfuckers don't want to be practicing on that shit. Okay? They don't want to be going, God damn, okay, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? That's the other thing it's going to do for the rest of the season. So it impacts it greatly, man.
And don't forget as well, it's like you've got your backup for your kick returns and your punt returns and Tony Pollard. He can still cause some damage as well.
That's right.
And I can't wait for one of these gunners to be running down there going, how fast is this dude? How fast really is this dude?
Hit that seam, gone. He hits that seam and gone, yeah, man.
Because them dudes got egos too. They're gonna be like, all right, motherfucker, you did this in the preseason. All right, you coming in, Mr. MVP.
Mr. MVP, yeah.
Where'd he go?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, fellas. Well, we come to the part of the podcast where we give our game predictions, man. We've been on here for probably about an hour or so, man. So I want to know, man, who wins, the score, and give me a wild prediction for the game. And we'll start with our guest, Mr. Paul Stewart.
38-28 Cowboys.
Hey. All right.
There you go.
Give me a crazy prediction, my boy.
It could be anything at all.
Anything, brother.
I'm going for 2 Zeke rush touchdowns, and I'm going for a pick 6.
Hey,
let's go. Dallas defense.
We'll take that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's up next?
All right, so I'm going to call Dallas wins in overtime.
What?
26-23.
Okay.
And I'm saying that so the bane of the loss last year in week 1 versus Tampa Bay with special teams, right? I'm thinking the special teams wins it this year.
See what you did there.
Brett Maher goes 4 for 4.
Ooh.
Field goals.
Boy's talking spicy.
Including 2 from 45 plus. And I think Brian Anger pins at least 1 inside the 5, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have 0 punt return yards.
Okay.
Interesting.
I like that. Well, I'm going to backdoor Paul a little bit, but I'm going to even put it a little bit more. 38-21 Cowboys. All right. 38-21 Cowboys. And I'm going to hold up. 3 sacks for Micah.
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
I like that.
I'm going 3 sacks for Micah.
I like that.
Jersey?
Man, I'm going to say Cowboys get this 34-21. Right.
So we're almost in the same ballpark nearly.
Yeah.
No, we're all rowing the same boat.
I think our defense gets to Brady. I think we get 4 sacks.
4?
Which probably isn't that bold.
Yeah.
But I'll say we get 4 sacks. Right?
As a team?
And I think our defense really puts the NFL on notice on how good we really can be, and that last year wasn't just a fluke.
Absolutely.
I like that.
For me, man, I think we win 28-17, man. I think and I think my bold prediction is J. Ron Curse, my boy J. Ron Curse gets a pick 6. Yes, you ask who gets it. I think it'll be J. Ron Curse, baby.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I say AB gets a pick. Not a pick 6, just a pick. That boy, I think he's ball hawking right now.
Yeah.
I need to let you guys in something as well. So I was talking about my co-host Meg Murray. We've actually got a bet. We've got a bet on right now. So I said to her, it's like our Dallas defense is going to help us win this game. She's like, but it's Brady. But so she's kind of on the fence because it's Brady and whoever and that. So if the Bucs win, then I have to take her out for dinner. I have to buy her dinner. If Cowboys win, then she's buying me dinner. So that's her bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you better get a Wagyu beef steak too if we win, Paul.
Okay.
I don't even know where we're going. I think she's maybe taking me up to Austin this month because I'm going over for the Colts and Texans games. So
okay,
if you guys are in town, let's hook up for a beer.
I'm
literally
an hour and a half away from Austin, man. Hell yeah.
You got to get some barbecue.
I think she's just trying to take me up there for the day. I don't know, but I'll be mostly in Dallas for the 2 weeks in December.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Man, I'm in the asshole Texas down here.
Yeah, all 3 of them are.
And Mario's over there. I think Mario's more like the balls of Texas, and Dreezy's like the taint. No.
Yeah.
So
I'd say
pretty much.
I'd say Mario's in the asshole.
You say Mario's in the asshole?
Are you guys quite spread across?
Yeah.
I mean, all along this right here is South Texas, bro. We're
me, Mario, and Mark are probably all 40 miles apart.
Yeah,
Adam
Mario,
is
and Mark
3 hours north of us.
Yeah,
oh,
and
nice.
I'm in College Station, Texas, home of the fighting Texas Aggies. Jimbo Fisher's fighting Texas Aggies. Yeah, Dreezy.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, Aggies.
Where's that?
He's a UT fan,
Where's
man.
that asshole taint ball area? And Adam's like the head of the dick up there. You know,
that's about it.
Out of control.
Yep, that's about it.
Right, Paul, man.
Before we let Paul go though, as the group wrestling fanatic, do you watch wrestling, Paul? Do you watch professional wrestling?
I used
He's
to.
a grown ass man. He don't watch wrestling.
I used to watch it when I was a kid, but I'm more into my MMA now.
Yes, sir.
Because before I played.
So Drew McIntyre losing had no effect on you.
Nah, because he's a Glasgow Rangers fan, so I don't care about him.
Okay.
I'm a Glasgow Celtic fan, so he's the blue of Glasgow. I'm the green of Glasgow. So
yeah.
That name could have been a fucking baseball player to me.
Absolutely.
Well, it
was a big pay-per-view.
Yeah, his real name is Andrew Galloway. He actually lives about 20 miles.
Hey, you so just valley-grilled my ass, Dreezy. Oh my God, it was a pay-per-view.
Kind of a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. Hey, I'm a big MMA fan myself, Paul, man. Yeah, dude. So yeah, I wanted Tuivasa to win the other day. Of course, Saragano got him, so we'll see how that goes, man, or where he falls in the ranks. So it went to a decision. So yeah, man.
Who was your guy? Sorry,
Tuivasa.
Yeah.
He lost to Saragano.
Yeah.
So yeah,
my dumb ass is over here like Anderson Silva still fights, right?
He's still saying
he's fighting Jake Paul, believe it or not. He's maybe
Anderson Silva. Okay, how do you feel about Jake Paul? Paul.
Oh, I'll finish
Get your money. That's how I feel. Get your money. Shit.
Yeah, I think he's doing something different, man. And I know a lot of guys hate on Jake Paul, man, but he's bringing money. He's bringing money to boxing, man. You know, he really.
Look, boxing is a joke in itself. I mean, for a while,
that's corrupt.
As far as
corrupt.
You know, it's a joke in itself. That no really good fighters fight really good fighters for a while now. I mean, I used to get pay-per-views. I used to do a lot of shit before.
You get to pick and choose.
8-year-old and 4-year-old. But I got kind of disgusted with some of that shit, man.
Whereas in the UFC, if you're hot, you're fighting for the title, or you're fighting the top 5 contender. If you were super hot, man. So you know.
But boy's a demon too. What, Dana?
Yeah. Dana White.
I mean, he's a demon too, dog. So
all the talent right now is at the 135 to about 150 range. Those lightweights, super welter, then in that range.
Yeah. Absolutely, I agree.
I'll give you a guy to look out for. Look out for the Scottish MMA fighter.
My dick.
Which one?
Chris, look out for Chris Duncan. He just signed for the UFC from Scotland.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
All right, we'll check him out.
I'm sort of similar to a countryman, but I'm half Irish. My dad's last name is Shanigan, bro. So you know.
well, believe it or not, I'm actually half Irish myself.
There you go. You know, that's why we can be cousins, bro. I mean, shit.
We almost
we're definitely cousins if we're drinking.
My primo Paul, shit.
We almost went the entire show without hearing about Mark's dick. And it came out in 2 minutes. That's a record.
You knew it was going to happen.
It needs a show of its own, bro.
Hey, shenanigans with my boy. Shenanigan. All right, man. Well, let's end this thing, man. Paul, like I said, man, we appreciate you coming on with us, man, and shooting the shit with us, fella. You know how it goes, man. Hey, let everybody know where they can find you, find your work, man, for anybody who doesn't follow you already, brother.
Yeah, sure, no worries. You can follow me at IMPStew on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me on the UK Dallas Cowboys Fans podcast or UK Cowboys Fans TV, which is a group of 7 of us all across from the UK, from Scotland, England, Wales, and Ireland. So we all collectively take part. And also you can find me with Meg Murray on the World's team, part of Blogging the Boys of SB Nation.
Absolutely. And y'all already know where y'all can find me, man. I'm Hapteville on Twitter. You can go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're giving away a t-shirt, maybe 2 t-shirts by the end of the week, man. And all you got to do is screenshot, baby, and show me that you're subscribed, and you can get a goddamn free shirt. Who doesn't want free shit, man? And as always, fuck the Eagles.
Yes.
Definitely. Fuck him in the ass. Fuck the Giants from earlier, dude. He's fuck everybody else.
Oh, if we're going to say, if we're going to trash the Eagles, we need to have a big shout out to Adam from a Cowboys Can fan. The way how he delivered that one of the best lines ever. Oh,
hell yeah. Shout outs to Cowboys fan cam, man. Love them dudes, man. Hell yeah.
I'm Mark D at Mark D's Corner on Twitter. You know, come by, talk a little shit, get a little bit of stats.
You can find me at DaBoyz Dreezy on Twitter. Again, I want to thank Paul for coming on. And like I said, get you some Texas barbecue in here, baby.
Oh, don't you worry, man. Well, I mean, I'm over 250 pounds for a good reason.
I saw you in that video. I saw you in that video about the greatest fans on the earth. I was like,
oh, you found that? Oh God!
I saw it. I was like,
yeah.
But maybe we can sign him for offensive tackle, man.
Yeah,
maybe he can play left tackle, man.
That's why I used to play. I used to play offensive line and used to play D line.
Yeah, I saw it.
Played both ways.
I know a guy who goes both ways as well. He's down there.
Out of context.
He's at the bottom of the page.
He's right there in the corner.
He's right there in the corner now.
Both ways, left ways, right ways, forward ways. You know? Hey, thanks for coming on, Paul. We really appreciate it, dude. Hey, thanks for staying up late over there.
No problem, guys.
Hey,
listen, when it comes to talking Dallas Cowboys, I'll do anything, man. Like it's what I love, man. So big thanks to you guys for having me on, man. And let's do this again, man. We'll try and get you guys to come on the UK Cowboys as well.
Man, already. We'll love to do it.
That'd be awesome, man. And just remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Just pet the sweaty stuff.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Nobody does. Nobody does. Don't feel bad.
Nobody does.
And this is your boy Mario. You can find me at Mario Powers Up on Twitter. And I just want to thank Paul for coming on. Because guys, if you don't realize, it's after midnight where Paul's at right now.
Yes,
well, that's why I told him that. That's why I told him that. I was like, hey, you know, when you get off, don't rub it too raw, bro.
For our listeners,
I like to go to sleep like that. I'm just saying.
It's after midnight over there where Paul's at, and he made sacrifice come on with us here.
That's
on
right.
Boys with the Boys. And if have not gone to our Facebook page, Talking Boys with the Boys, and liked it, y'all make sure you go ahead and do that, man. And like Adam said, y'all go subscribe to our YouTube page, and you get an automatic entry for a free T-shirt. Who doesn't want a free shirt?
Exactly.
I promise Mario will use better than just dial-up next episode, okay?
That's right.
Right. Exactly. That's my fault. I'll make sure to DM God to make sure it's not raining in my house next time.
Hey, I'll get it. Just email me. Just send it to me. I'll get it. You know, I'll make sure my dad gets it.
All right, man. Well, everybody out there, thank you for rocking with Talking Boys with the Boys. And as always, man, if you ain't down with Talking Boys with the Boys, then you ain't part of the cartel, baby. Boom.